Will we ever see Robert Mueller's report?
We are in the Mueller report season now.
Mueller is coming.
Is this Mueller report coming to an end?
The Mueller report.
Is there a smoking gun?
High alert for the Mueller report.
Will we, the American people, ever see Robert Mueller's report?
Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report could drop at any moment.
Do you think this delay is a sign that Mueller is still working on the report?
President Trump calling for an end to the Mueller probe.
Bob Mueller.
Bob Mueller.
Robert Swan Mueller III.
It's here. Today's the day. The thing you, me, these cameramen sitting outside the special counsel's office and the world have been waiting for. Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election is finished. Late this afternoon, the Department of Justice informed us that the report, yes, that report, has been delivered to Attorney General William Barr. Now, this is the part where you think I would tell you what's in it, but the delivery of the report isn't the same as the public release of the report. As of this evening, Trump himself hadn't seen it. Congressional Democrats and some Republicans immediately called for the full report to be made public. But how much of the report itself will ever be released remains a mystery, at least until the leaks start. And the letter Barr sent to Congress today is actually all he has to do. He covered the things the special counsel statute requires him to say, that the investigation is concluded and that there was never an instance where Mueller tried to do something so inappropriate that the DOJ refused to let him. Congress, state and federal prosecutors in New York, and others will continue their investigations. Reportedly, Mueller will not file any more indictments, but that doesn't mean there aren't still some sealed indictments from Mueller's team that have been filed, but not posted publicly. As for Trump himself, he's at Mar-a-Lago with the White House lawyers. We'll find out sooner or later whether Mueller thinks the president broke the law, setting up the impeachment fight so many people are hoping for. So, yeah, we are mostly still guessing, which weirdly made me think that now would be a good moment to take a look at the last Mueller report. You may not remember this, but in 2014, Robert Mueller was hired by the NFL to investigate the matter of Ray Rice, the Baltimore Ravens running back who brutally beat his fiancée in a casino elevator. Obviously, Ray Rice isn't Donald Trump, and the facts of these cases have nothing in common. But if you want to know how Mueller thinks and what to expect from his report on Trump, you could do a lot worse than reading this surprisingly brisk 100-page report. Now, the NFL hired Mueller to answer just two questions. Did any league employee watch or receive the video showing Ray Rice hitting Janae Palmer before its release by TMZ in 2014? And what other evidence was obtained by, provided to, or available to the league in the course of its investigation as it tried to decide how to discipline Rice? What comes through immediately is that Mueller isn't a big topic sentence guy. He doesn't lead with some sort of sweeping conclusion or declare anything that stops you in your tracks. Instead, he moves slowly and thoroughly through the facts. But Mueller's not just thorough, he's conspicuously thorough, like a mathlete who just has to show you her work. Mueller writes in this that his team interviewed Roger Goodell and 50 NFL employees to try to figure out if anyone had seen the video before TMZ posted it. They collected millions of documents, emails, and texts. They looked for the digital signatures of the video on hundreds of computers to try to get to the bottom of an Associated Press story that claimed someone within the NFL acknowledged receipt of the elevator video in a voicemail months before TMZ posted it. They created a database of 1,583 calls placed from the NFL's main numbers. They traced nearly 1,000 of those calls by hand to try to figure out who left the voicemail. They never actually solved that puzzle. The second big takeaway is that Mueller pretty much stayed within the confines of the investigation. His focus on the two questions of who had access to the video and what other evidence the league had with respect to Rice's conduct were pretty much the entirety of the report. This is crucial to what we may see in the special counsel's report. Remember, Rod Rosenstein's assignment to Mueller was to conduct a, quote, full and thorough investigation of the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election. There's a lot you could look into with Donald Trump, but just as we've seen Mueller farm out non-Russia related criminal matters to the Southern District of New York, we should expect his report to be very, very focused on election-related conduct. Third, Mueller's not afraid to name names. While the NFL was his client and it was agreed that the report would become public, Mueller doesn't pull punches. He even lists the things the league could have done if it really wanted to get to the bottom of what happened in that elevator, such as contacting the police officers who responded to the incident, or the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office, or, contacting Rice himself, none of which the league did during their investigation. Lastly, as we've seen with the so-called speaking indictments that have come out from the Special Counsel, the report is eminently readable. It's detailed but not jargony, it's thorough but not dull, so there's hope that if we ever actually see the Special Counsel report, and that remains a very big if, it'll be exactly what it should be. A document every citizen will be able to read, understand, and form opinions from. Even with today's delivery that actually reveals very little, the Special Counsel's report is the ultimate breaking news story, and the usual rules apply. We know far less today than we will tomorrow, and as we've been saying since May 17th, 2017 when Mueller got the job, speculation isn't fact. But we know some really important things already. The investigation led to the indictment of 34 people, including 25 Russians. Some of the president's closest advisors, Michael Cohen, Michael Flynn, Paul Manafort, are charged with crimes that carry jail time. And Russia made multiple attempts to sabotage our democracy at its most important moment. So regardless of political sides, it's safe to call a report that tells us those facts a success.